When people are in a relationship, their responsibility is to each other. That don't have nothing to do with the other person at all. And if you didn't want them in that situation, then that's your fault, your responsibility. Check them. Don't sit there and talk about how they have some kind of obligation to your spouse. If my chick go out there and she do something that she ain't supposed to do, that's her fault. I'm gonna deal with her, and ain't nobody else. I expect for another dude to do whatever it is that he gonna do if he got the opportunity to do so.
Okay.
That's what people do. But she don't have no obligation to meet no expectations to anybody except for me. So my responsibility, or what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna hold her accountable. I ain't going to talk to nobody else. And if that ain't it, then I don't need to be with her. I could just let her go.
But that's not applicable in Q's example. In Q's example,
it's you.
Because in Q's example, it's you and a female friend who pushes up on you, and she's saying that that's being disrespectful to you, Rita, and your marriage. So
it's not.
What?
It's not, because she has no obligation to anybody except for herself. She is not in a relationship with my chick. So what I'm saying is that if I determine what happens after that, I could determine whether or not she get let go or she stick around or whatever. But she don't have to have no respect for nothing. She don't have no obligation to my chick.
She asked you if after that happened, would you essentially let her go, or is she still your friend? You was like,
well, it depends on the context of the conversation. I think every situation is different.
She gave you the context,
Anton, this is your friend.
Different.
This is your friend. If your friend, so-called friend, respects your marriage and your relationship,
you're giving me a hypothetical. I told you I don't really have friends like that. So you're putting me in a hypothetical situation that isn't real. So I'm role playing.
You did that to her like 4 times.
I'm role playing because Q said, Anton, you don't want to do the hypothetical or whatever. From the very beginning, I said, I don't really have friends like that.
Anton, you call everybody super duper dope and friends.
No, what does that got to do with anything? I don't have friends like that.
You said you have friends. You have female friends that you know you could smash. You know you could have hit.
I said I've had female friends in my lifetime that I know that I could smash.
Oh, it was past tense. Now it's had.
Yeah, I said I've had female friends in my lifetime that I know I could smash. And then I said I don't really have friends like that.
So you have no female friends?
Yeah, I got a couple, but I don't have friends like that. But Q, I'll give you an example, Q. Because see, you being intentionally naive right now, right?
No,
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Mm-hmm. You my homegirl, you my friend.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But you're not fucking in town. You're not here in Detroit. We don't spend no quality time with each other like that.
Okay.
So it's not the same. When I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about people in real life that you can see on a regular basis. I'm not talking about the shit that, for example, me and you got.
Anton, you don't
it's
even
not the same thing. You're not here hanging out with me.
Anton, you don't really hang out with people. You know what you do? You be working on your laptop.
My point.
So we're not talking.
Okay, listen, my point is,
Anton,
I would consider you a friend, but you're not around me anyway.
Okay, cool.
So it's not the same thing. In real life, I don't fuck with people like that. I'm on my grind. I'm focused on the things that I'm doing. Even the people that say that they cool with me, I don't consider them friends. They just people that I'm cool with, that I know. That's not the same thing as a friend to me.
Okay, so you're right. So acquaintances, friends. So since I'm in the hypothetical, let's put me.
Oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
No,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
it. Because you like to ask me questions. We go to a meetup.
It's not the same.
We go to a meetup and I come on to you.
I'm not doing it.
No.
And I come on to you.
Not doing
this. And I'm cool with Rita. I talk to Rita more.
But this is a completely different situation, Q, because you are Q. Let's be clear. You're more cool with Rita than you are with me.
So that should show you
that's
that
even
I'm
more disrespectful.
That's not the same as the hypothetical situation that you painted.
But no. But this happens in real life. You know how many girls be messing with their homegirls' boys and boyfriends? So let's not do that. Anton, if I come on to you knowing you're married, knowing I'm cool with your wife, that means I'm disrespecting Rita, I'm disrespecting you, and I'm disrespecting your marriage.
It's not the same.
So, okay.
Move along.
It's not the same.
We're gonna move along because Anton don't like to answer questions.
Let's go.
But I know that if I was in the scenario and it switched, it's done. I'm not. That's so disrespectful to your spouse. Continue a friendship, even if it's a business relationship with a person that would disrespect somebody on that type of level, is done completely.
No, I think that you could still be useful.
No, well, all money's not good money, Anton. Like all money.
I ain't saying nothing about money.
You said
useful, but I know you business wise. You're talking useful as money wise, business wise. Come on, man.
You can still be useful.
Yeah, you're talking about business, which is money.
Because again, the my thing is, and I've always stood on this. I've always stood on the idea that just because you offer, don't mean I have to necessarily accept.
You're right, but that's not what I'm trying to say.
If a woman do something, for example, at work, and I think that this is the difference between guys and girls in a lot of ways, and we don't really want to admit this, but it's a reality. If a woman come on to me like in a professional setting at work, right? Inherently, I'm not the type of person that's going to go to HR and say, "Hey, man, this woman came on to me." I'm just going to establish clear boundaries and rules, and I'm gonna be like, "Listen, we got to get this money done. We got to get this work done, and let's keep it moving." I don't insert personal feelings into it because, again, I'm all about business.
But
and so the only thing that I can control is myself, and I control myself, and that's how I stay out of situations and how I stay out of trouble. For me, I believe that I've done it perfectly the way that I've been doing it the entire time, and that's why I ain't never had no problems. I ain't never had no issues. And so you can't say that I'm wrong because I'm 100% above board 100% of the time.
Has a friend came on to you like that? My last question. Has a friend ever came on to you? Granted, of course women come on to you. I'm not dumb. Come on. These women love married men. But has a friend, a real friend ever came on to you? Yes or no? And I'll let it go.
Yeah.
That's what. Oh,
Next
okay.
question.
Okay.
Read these stupid texts.
Can I ask a quick question? Let's say they are useful to your business, whatever, but what about their character and their respect, as a person for your marriage? Does that outweigh, does their usefulness outweigh their
What is
character?
that about?
She's right. That's character. Because
how'd she right? And I ain't even answered the question.
Okay, go ahead. You're right.
See, y'all automatically want to condemn me. I see what it is. I see what it is. Y'all want to figure out where it's wrong. Okay. So you saying, is it relevant as far as my marriage and my relationship? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So even if this person is useful or, they contribute a lot to the success of your business, does that override their disrespect? Or maybe it's not disrespectful to you, but if they are trying to get with you, even though you're a married man.
I've never fired anybody in my entire life.
Okay.
I've never fired anybody in my entire life. I don't listen, y'all get caught up in this disrespect shit. I don't get caught up in the emotional aspect of it. I don't. I'm 100% about business. I don't get caught up in that. And I think that I'm a good judge of character as far as vetting whether or not I actually want to hire somebody or not. And I haven't been wrong up to this point. And so once I establish it and I say, hey, listen, this is what it is, and this is how it's gonna be. If you don't want to accept that, then that's up to you. And you can, make your own decision going forward from there. Otherwise, we got to focus and we got to get this bag and we're gonna keep moving forward. And that's what it is. I don't really understand what the problem is with that. You telling me I'm wrong off of that too?
Does the same go for Rita?
No, that's different. It's different. It's 100% different. And I think that it should be different because it's always going to be a double standard between men and women. Women can't do the same thing that men do, and men can't do the same thing that women do.
And is that the standard because that's what you set and she rolls with it, or
No, that I
she
believe that
agrees
should
with
be
it?
the standard in society. I
You know what I'm
think that
saying?
it
Like,
should be different with men than it is with women.
but does she? And you don't have to tell me specifically her, but like, does it matter if she agreed with that or not? That you should be able to do that?
It doesn't matter what she agreed with. I consider what you say. I take into consideration every kind of discussion, but ultimately it doesn't matter what you agree with. It's always going to be different for a man than it is for a woman.
You're right. But the fact is that you've talked about this on your show. Men, you need to protect yourself. You got to make sure you put yourselves in environments where you don't get caught up with women. You got to make sure you protect yourself in general. And for a woman to show her character in that type of sense, you wouldn't really be protecting you, your brand, or your business if you would bring that type of woman back into that little circle again in that nature. There's so many other women you can get.
How can I? How aren't I?
This is the 34th circle of this conversation.
Okay, let's go.
Because okay, so here, let me summarize it. For a woman to come on to me,
a woman that's a friend. Let's get that clear. That's a friend that you get money with, not these girls that be in your DMs that you don't know.
Yeah, that's not a problem for me. I feel like I can control that situation.
Yeah, it's the fact. Of course, you can control it. Of course.
So I'm not tripping off it. So I'm not tripping off
it. But
y'all getting caught up in the whole disrespect conversation and shit like that. I don't get caught up in that.
Shit like that.
Because y'all emotional, and I don't make decisions based off of emotion. I make decisions based off of logic. If this person is absolutely important to me in a lot of aspects of what I do from a business perspective, and they generate a lot of revenue and they take care of certain positions, it's certain people that get a lot more leeway. And I don't just make decisions based off of like I'm operating like a corporation. I am a small business. I make sure that I take care of business, and I'm going to take every factor into consideration. And I'm not just going to eliminate the person just because they had a level of attraction. That don't mean that they did anything wrong.
It's not a level of attraction. They came on to you.
Okay, they still didn't do nothing wrong. And it's my responsibility to deny it. And we going to still get this money. But if they want to leave based off of the idea that I rejected it, then that's up to them. But I'm not going to fire a person that's great at what they do because I'm getting emotional about the idea of how they felt about how it is that I operate within my marriage. I'm not doing that.
Okay. So ladies, keep on going after those married men. No, I'm just playing.
They're going to do it anyway.